Welcome back to the Immigration Answers Show, all the way from Phoenix, Arizona. I'm outside. I hope the audio is okay. It's probably sort of loud, but I don't have a choice. My new MacBook doesn't have the right kind of headphones I need, so I lost one of my AirPods, as regular viewers know. Daniel, how are you?
I'm doing great, Jim. You're sounding good. Why do you have a sweatshirt on? You're in Arizona.
Well, I just landed, and I got to
Oh.
represent. I got to represent St. Louis. It's not cold here, but I imagine I'll take it off later. How are you doing, Daniel?
I'm great. Please tell me and everyone what you're doing in Arizona.
So, for those of you who don't know, I have a podcast for lawyers, and some of the lawyers are in this thing called the Guild, which is like a private sort of group coaching thing. And we're having a one-day meeting tomorrow in Scottsdale. So Amani's flying and going to meet me here tonight, and then she'll attend the thing tomorrow, and then we're going to hang out here. We're going to hang out in Scottsdale for a couple days.
Well, cool.
It looks like we already got some people waiting. I think we should just get right to it.
Let's get to it. No chatting around today. Hey, John, welcome
John,
to the show.
welcome
How
to
can
the
we help
show.
you?
How can we help you?
Thank you, Jim and Daniel. Can you hear me clear? Okay, thank you. So my question is to just give you a little bit of background without wasting your time. I recently became a U.S. citizen, first through asylum and then green card and citizen naturalization. And now my question is about my derivative family who came through the asylum process through I-730. They came in 2018, and then after 1 year, we filed the I-485. So it took almost 3 years now. Last January 13, they said a denial notice. So I didn't receive the denial yet, but I'm just preparing myself to file again because I never had any issue in my case until the naturalization stage. So I'm assuming there might be, some error on my filing. So my question now is, I just became a U.S. citizen. Do I need to file I-130 with I-485? Because they came through I-730. So they passed through the whole process. They've been, identified as my wife and my son. So do I need to file I-130 again if I have to file?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I mean, let's.
Oh, we're getting feedback.
We're getting feedback.
Can you turn on
your?
So I don't think you're going to have to file an I-130. We'll have to see what the basis of the denial was. If they've already received asylum in the United States, then their best path to a green card. I mean, that's a nice backup if you have to, but it's probably more expensive. It would be more expensive, and I'm just wondering if there's just something you did wrong that we could fix the second time around. I think it'll depend on what the denial notice says.
Okay, thank you for that. So do you think it needs to be filed again? Because when I first filed the first time their I-485, I checked the mark that says they are asylum, not immediate family of a permanent residence or something. Because when I filed their I-485, I was already green card. I'm not sure if their status also changed when my status changed from asylee to permanent residence.
So I've had problems. I've had clients have problems when the person in your shoes became a citizen before they got their green card. I haven't had them have a problem when you get your green card before they do. That shouldn't be the problem. So I don't know what the problem is, but and USCIS might have made a mistake. I just don't know. We'll have to wait to see what the denial notice says. But generally, just applying for citizenship wouldn't invalidate their ability to get their green cards. The only time where things really get screwed up is if you have an I-730 pending and you naturalize before they get their green card. So I'm not sure what the problem is.
All right, thank you, Mike. As soon as I get the notice, I will contact your office. Thank you for your for whatever you do. Thank you.
You got it.
Got it.
Thanks, John.
Thanks.
All right.
That was an interesting
William,
call. Hi, William.
welcome. Oh,
Hi,
hey.
Jim. Hi, Daniel. My green card just came in. I wanted to show you guys. The whole process took 4 months and 3 weeks, and I think, Alex and Attorney Rudolph did a really fantastic job. So I just wanted to call and thank you.
Oh, great, William. We'll tell him. We'll play him this little clip of video. It'll make everybody's day. So thanks for calling in, and I'm glad it went so fast for you.
Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, William.
Well, that's pretty good.
This is like a whole new element to the show, Jim. People calling in to say thank you. I love it.
Yeah, that and blessing me. Those are the two great.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to tell everybody when the show's over to play that. I guess we're at the 6-minute mark, so tell them to all check out William. I mean, that's pretty fast for a green card, especially these days.
Yeah. All right, great. Abdul, did you come on to say thank you also, or you have a question?
Hi, Abdul.
I don't know.
Yes, Abdul.
Can you hear us? Hello.
I'm trying to listen to the audio, but I don't know why I'm not able to hear your audio.
All right, well, we'll put you back in the waiting room.
Yeah, we can come back to you, Abdul.
No, not at all.
Okay, we'll come back to you. All right, Cameron, looking a little fuzzy there, but how you doing?
I'm good. Thank you very much. So I live in Colombia. I've been here 3 years. I married my wife last year. We've been together for the whole time.
Colombia, the country?
Is I've applied for the green card. I'm in the active review stage, but I have a business here and I have business in the United States. My wife and I will be traveling back and forth between the two. I guess what I'm concerned with is the amount of time for her in residence in the United States to possibly jeopardize the green card. If that becomes an issue, do spouses have tourist visas where they may not be spending the entire, like more than 6 months a year in the United States, but I want her to have full access?
Oh, now that's a $1 million question. Daniel, slack that to me, will you? Because I'll make a video about that. Do spouses have tourist visas? I love that. Okay, so let's walk through. So you, Cameron, have been living abroad in the country of Colombia for the last 3 years. You're married to a Colombian national.
Yes.
You filed for an immigrant visa for her.
Yes.
That immigrant visa is pending, and you're worried now. Once she gets her immigrant visa and comes to the United States and picks up her green card, then sort of what's the concern? You're worried about, what do I have to do to make sure that she doesn't put her green card at risk? Is that it?
Yes, because we do have businesses here and in the United States, and we're going to be sort of living in both countries, as it were. And maybe I might have overplayed my hand to go for a residency card because of needing 6 months or more. And I don't want that to be in jeopardy. But if we have an issue with that, can you downgrade to a tourist visa? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way for us to maintain access to the United States for ingress and egress.
Okay, so you've identified the issue with your wonderful question, and that is that the United States doesn't have the kind of visa that you sort of want, which is we just want to split our time half and half. So let's walk through what happens if she gets her green card. There's sort of two concerns. Concern number one is, how do we make sure she doesn't lose her green card? And concern number two may or may not be important to her, but what if I want to get set up for citizenship, right? So you're sort of operating on two different tracks. So as far as not losing the green card, she can either not take any trips outside the United States for more than 6 months. So she could go to Colombia for 5 months, come back for a month, go to Colombia for 5 months, come back for a month, just keep doing that. Now, eventually they'll start to give her trouble at the border, and they'll say, hey, lady, you're saying that you reside here, but this is a residence card, but you're spending 10 months out of the year in Colombia or outside the United States. So I don't know if this is a long-term solution. It might get you for the next couple of years. The other thing she could do is she could apply for a reentry permit, which would allow her to stay out of the United States for a full 2 years without putting her green card at risk. So you may have jumped the gun a little bit. When I talk to people in your situation, I often say to them, well, do you need to get her the residence card now, and are you planning on residing in the United States? I mean, the answer is sort of in the document you receive. If she's not residing in the United States, then eventually they're going to give her trouble for not being here enough, and they might try to take away her green card. And can you downgrade to a tourist visa after? No, you can't, because I mean, first of all, she probably wouldn't have gotten a tourist visa anyway to the United States because she's married to a U.S. citizen. So I don't know if you ever tried to get one, but she probably wouldn't get one. But now she definitely won't, because she's done what's called raised her hand and demonstrated immigrant intent. And immigrant intent means that she has told them that she wants to reside in the United States. She wants to be an immigrant in the United States. And once you do that, it's very, very rare to get a tourist visa.
Wow. It's going to be kind of tricky then, isn't it, Jim? Daniel?
I mean, you can do the reentry permit every 2 years if you want. I mean, what I would encourage you to do is I would encourage you to think about it a little bit differently. Maybe not now, but I would say, Cameron, can you give me your wife can you have your wife in the United States for 7 months out of 3 years in a row? Because if you can, then I can get her citizenship, and then she can stay out for as long as she wants. That's the way I'd be thinking about it. Get the citizenship done. She has a U.S. passport, and then she's good to travel with you whenever you guys want. You can stay out for 20 years.
Well, so having watched some of your other videos, that's kind of what I remember seeing when it said at least 3 years and a year and a half in the United States. So I guess the smart thing to do here would be to front load our time in the U.S. in the first 2 years or the first 3 years to create that over 50%.
Yeah, and two things there. No trips more than 6 months, because that'll break your residence.
Right.
And she has to be in the United States for the last 90 days before she applies.
Okay. Now, issues of like employment, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, I'm in my 60s. My wife doesn't need to make a dime. She's more or less, my partner, she's my wife, and that's really her only function in our relationship outside of keeping me going. Does that create a problem will that create a problem at our processing at the interview that we're going to have in Bogota for?
Well, of course, first of all, you shouldn't go to that interview.
No.
Yeah, we don't want you at that interview. Nothing good happens at that interview, especially if she's younger than you. But
not a lot. We're not talking about crazy age. We're talking about 12 years. So.
No, I mean, I think you need to be a little bit careful. And what I mean by that is I'd be framing things. We got married because we're in love. We want to be together. We want to spend time together. I think whenever you start talking about her taking care of me, that just sets you up for a caregiver situation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I know you weren't, but that was the language you were using. And I've heard other people do that. So this is sort of a warning to everybody is you got to be careful with your language, and anything where you're talking about her taking care of me, bad news.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Yes. Okay. I understand. Good. Thank you for that. And so essentially I shouldn't be anywhere in the vicinity of the embassy for her interview.
If I get to pick, you wouldn't even be in the country.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because I'm not worried about your case. You haven't told me anything that makes me worried, but it's just mischief. I mean, if my wife and I have been married for almost 25 years, and if you started asking me some of the questions that I've heard asked at embassy interviews, I'd get them wrong. So it's just not good to have the U.S. citizen there. Nothing good happens if you're there. Nothing.
Okay. Wow. That's great. Great news. Gentlemen, I appreciate it. Your videos have been very helpful to me in the process.
Awesome. Well, keep us posted, Cameron. We just I told Daniel the other day, one of our all-time favorite callers, Corey, just got his wife to Colombia. She came on December 20th. So keep us posted about your progress.
I will. And I appreciate what you all are doing. You're definitely doing a public service. God bless you.
See you, brother.
Thank you, Cameron.
Bye-bye.
That was a good call, Daniel.
Great call. Hopefully it's good luck him coming on the show.
Yeah, I get some Corey luck.
Yeah. All right, we've got Abdul Rahim. Let's try again here, Abdul.
Hey, good afternoon there. How are you?
Good. How are you doing? Can you hear us now?
Great.
Yes, I can. I mean, there was some miscommunication, I guess, here. So I'm Abdul. I'll straight away start with my case. I hope you remember me. I'm one of your old client, from 2017. My wife, Zumaira Ayman, was in St. Louis. Alhamdulillah, I'm in US now. If you remember, thanks to you and your team.
I remember Zumera for sure.
Yes. So I wanted to thank you personally, but never got a chance. I did
Yeah.
email your team,
Yeah,
Haley
yeah.
and you. So thanks for that. I'm already in US. As you know, my case was earlier it was rejected based on marriage, first
Yep.
cousin marriage. Then my wife moved to Georgia, and then reapplied from you, and then
That was some good lawyering right there. Yes, I remember that case. That was some good
yeah.
lawyering.
Yeah,
Yes.
3 to 4 years after a long wait of 3 to 4 years, then filed lawsuit and then started moving within couple of months. I got the visa and alhamdulillah, I'm here, got the job, working perfectly. Life is perfectly good, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
But I came here in June, 8th of June to 2021. And I landed in Arizona, okay? And I have given address for Arizona for my green card delivery. But until now, I haven't got my green card yet. I got that 1 year of permanent residency, the one that a person gets once he lands in here on IR visa, I-55 one.
Yep.
So I tried reaching out USCIS, but as you know, like even senator or congressman reaches out to them, they not gonna respond.
Well,
Like,
what happens? I mean, did you make a service request? Do you know whether USCIS tried to deliver it somewhere, or you just don't even know
no.
if did you pay the Ellis fee before you came to America?
Yes, I did pay the fee, and no, they haven't tried so far to deliver that because they have responded. I mean, I tried reaching out to them through inbox of USCIS. There is an option once you create an account, you can go to inbox and you can try reaching out to them. They said that USCIS is taking time to, deliver me my green card. It's going to take some time. I don't know. I mean, they said we don't know how much time it is going to take, but they said this I-55 one going to be renewed once, like after an year, you can renew that, and
Yeah, but
you can also
that's
travel to.
that's a pain in the ass, though. You don't want to do.
Correct. So my concern is, is that something related to Arizona? Because Arizona doesn't allow recognized marriages. As I have given the address of Arizona, will that affect delivery of green card?
It could. Why were you playing around with Arizona? Why didn't you just use your wife's address? I don't understand.
Actually, I landed there in Arizona, so I thought of giving that.
You mean that's where your flight landed?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not where you put your address. You put your address where you're gonna live.
Yeah. But no, I landed there because my friend was there. I wanted to look out for a job there, so that was the reason.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. If you switch the address, if all of a sudden you're all done and your immigrant visa gets approved, and then you pick some new address out of thin air and tell them, yeah, go deliver it there, that's not a good plan.
Yeah. So there is an option.
It sounds like you haven't spoken to a live person about whether or not they've actually issued your green card. We don't know if there's a green card for Abdul Rahim floating around there. We don't even know if they produced it, right?
Yes.
You haven't talked to anybody about that.
No, but the response that I got, it wasn't a generic response, I guess.
But you haven't spoken to a live person.
No.
You have to get on the phone, wait on hold, and you have to talk to real people.
Okay.
You have to tell them your LSV number. You got to say, I need to know, was this green card ever produced? If so, what was the day it was produced? And if so, where did you send it? And then I need to track it down with USPS. You need to push people a little harder. Email on that stupid website isn't going to cut it.
Okay. All right. I'll try reaching them out on call, or there is also an option that I can change the address. But what I got the feedback from people that it's going to take ages.
Don't do anything until you talk to a person.
Okay. All right. I'll do that.
All right, Abdul.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Abdul.
Take care.
All right. We got a nice comment here, Jim. I love your channel. I watch every day.
Awesome. That's great. I haven't been
All
following
right.
the comments. I had to stop following the comments because the other day that guy didn't have his shirt on, and I kept laughing.
Yeah,
all the
that was fun. I'll let you know if you miss anything really good.
All right, thanks.
All right, Neil, waiting patiently. How are you?
Hi,
Neil.
I'm good. Mr. Jim, Mr. Daniel, good to see you again.
Thanks for having your shirt on.
I'm going to ask you a question about I have pending Asylee status, and I'm eligible to apply passport?
Passport? What do you mean passport?
Yeah, my passport is got expired 2 years ago, and I was thinking
So you're applying for asylum from country X, and now your passport from country X is about to expire, and you're asking me, Jim, is it a good idea while my asylum case is pending, and I'm saying that it would be dangerous for me to go back to country X? Is it a good idea for me to get a passport from country X? Is that the question?
Yes.
Yeah, don't do that.
No.
No.
Okay.
It cuts against your argument that they're going to persecute you. If they're handing out passports left and right, that just makes it look like they love you and they have no animosity towards you, and they'd welcome you back home. Plus, if you're applying for asylum, you shouldn't be going anywhere anyway, so you don't even need a passport.
Gotcha. Makes sense. That's all. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you. That answers that, Jim.
Yep, that was an easy one.
All right. Asma, welcome to the show.
Hi, Asma.
Hello, Jim and Daniel. How are you?
Hello, how are you?
I'm also fine, thank you. I have a question that my husband is a US citizen and he wants to file that I-130 for me. And in the meantime, I want to visit. But in Turkey, I'm living in Turkey, and the visitor visa appointment times on the website, it says 595 days
They're
to
not
get
going to
an
give
appointment.
you, if you're married to a U.S. citizen, they're not going to give you a passport. I mean, they're not going to give you a visit visa.
No way. So in the meantime of processing, I cannot visit?
That's right. You can't visit. That's right. I mean, you can try. You can try. All it costs is 565 days and whatever the cost is for the visa. But you'd be much better off just get going on the I-130 and focus on that. He can come visit you, but they don't. If you're a young person of a marrying age, they're not going to give you a visit visa because they think you're never going to come back to Turkey. But especially they're going to think that if you are married to a U.S. citizen. So I wouldn't waste my time. I would just focus on the I-130.
By the way, I have another visa from before marriage. Is it valid or I cannot use that?
Is it expired?
No. It has 10 years of validity. I mean, it was in 2019 that I got before marriage, but my name is different. So now my husband's name is added to the new passport. So can I use that? Showing that I'm married to the person, I can show the marriage certificate.
Yeah. Now, again, they might give you trouble coming in, but I think it's worth a shot to come on the visit visa. Yeah, for sure. But I would come before you file the I-130, not after.
Before? But won't they ask that, are you married to an American citizen?
They will. Yep, they will.
So because he doesn't have much vacation days, that's why he cannot come, and I can go more easily. That's why I thought in the meantime.
Yeah,
so
it's
you
worth a
think
shot.
that
it's worth a shot. You just have to be prepared. There's a small chance that if customs figures out you're married to a U.S. citizen, that they turn you around and send you back home. I don't think they're going to do that, but they could.
And also, if they send me back, is it a bad thing for the immigrant visa later?
Nah. I mean, you'd have to disclose it and all. It might slow things down a little bit, but I think it's worth being able to spend time with your husband.
But you think that it should be before the filing?
I would do it before. Yeah, because, it's one thing for them to ask you, are you married to anyone? You say, yeah, I'm married to a U.S. citizen. I'm coming to visit him. It's another thing to say, yeah, I'm married to a U.S. citizen and I have a pending I-130. Now, I've known people to get through.
But I have a job here. Isn't it a good thing that I will come back and work until I get legally when I can?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, then thanks a lot.
Okay, Asma.
Thanks, Asma.
Bye-bye.
All right, a few of those visitor visa questions with spouse cases.
Yeah, I mean, I have videos on that topic because people always ask me that question, and the best part is, Daniel, I'm not saying Asma or Neil, but everyone always thinks they're the very first person to think it up, right? Like they've come up with this brilliant plan that no one else has ever thought of. And so then, you know, if Jim and Daniel hear about it, say once or twice a month, how many times do you think the embassies hear it? You know, they hear it all the time.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're just rolling through them. Ahmed, welcome to the show.
Hi, Jim. Hi, Daniel.
Hi, Ahmed.
Thank you for having me.
Sure, buddy.
Thank you. I have a question. I have filed for N400 on September 2020. And then I got my biometric on January 26th. And after that, I didn't get any feedback. So my time was already up. So I filed an inquiry about 3 weeks ago. And I know for sure that I'm not going to get any response according to the comments that I read before.
Yeah.
You know, because my file was in the embassy because I already called them in order to ask about my case status, and they told me it is still stuck in the National Benefit Center in Missouri. So my question is that what is the next step that I need to do? Is it to go and sue them?
Which field office is it?
The NBC on Missouri.
No, I'm sorry. I mean, where will your interview end up being is my question. Sorry.
I didn't do any meeting. You mean the biometric? The biometric in Boston.
Okay, so you'll have your interview at the Boston field office. That's what I was trying to figure out.
Okay.
So your case has been on file basically 18 months, and all you've been is fingerprinted.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any delay in getting your green card?
No.
What was the basis of your green card? Was it marriage or something else?
No, IOM.
IOM. Okay. So, in my experience, when people get their green cards through IOM, USCIS likes to sit on those cases, and they slow walk them for citizenship. So, do I think they're doing that in your case? Maybe. Do I think it's too early to sue them? No, I think you could sue them now. You might want to wait until September. Then it's 2 years old, but I'd be comfortable filing a lawsuit now. I think it'll get things moving.
You mean I need to wait till the next September?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying you could. I'm saying you've waited 18 months. By the time we sue them and serve them and get them served, then you're at 21 months.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's time to sue. I'm okay with it.
This is the only way that I can go with.
It's the only way I know.
There's no other ways.
That's the only way I know.
Okay. Okay, good to know. I already had the information for Daniel, so probably I'm gonna. By the way, I already sent an email to the info at HAP. Yes, I sent an email about my case, but unfortunately, I didn't get any response. So the next step, I think that I'm gonna call Daniel because I have.
Call for Daniel.
Yeah, I have already. I took a picture for snapshot for you when you shared his phone. So I'm gonna give him a call for sure.
Perfect. Okay. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. Bye.
Bye, Ahmed. Nice guy.
Right. Very nice. We got the banner going. I see. I love that.
That's for you. I never thought that people would take a picture of it. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right. Islam, how can we help you?
Hello, Jim. Hello, Daniel.
Hello.
Hi, Islam.
Yeah.
Are you calling to ask me the same question you've asked me 3 times already?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
What's up?
Like I had searched about the case-free visa thing, and you didn't actually made a lot of videos about that. So, can I apply for a case-free visa if I have a pending itinerary? Because in my
Go ahead. If you want to waste your time, you should apply for a K3. I do have videos on it. You might need to put in K-3, but a K3 is a complete waste of time. USCIS will process it. You'll feel like you're getting movement, and then when it gets to the National Visa Center, they throw it in the trash. So don't waste your time with it.
Islam, I'll find the video for you and put it in the comments.
Some people saying that it could they could deny your case three application and approve your I-2, like making them
Islam, I've
fast.
answered this many times. I'm just gonna have to. We'll,
Yeah, that's fine. I'll find that video for him, Jim, and I'll put it in the comments.
thanks, Daniel.
Yep. All right. Let's bring on someone new to the show. Assad. Oh, did we lose you, Assad? Let me try again. Ah, he froze.
Yeah, he's frozen.
Huh. Toby, you look not frozen, so we'll go with you. How are you?
Good. How are you doing? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, you
Yes.
sound great.
Perfect. Thanks for taking my call. So I'm filing an N400 based on the 5-year rule, and I have a question about continuous residence. Out of the 5 years, I spent 2 years outside of the US, and I was never gone for longer than 6 months. And now my question is, could this still be like gone for too long? Or does the officer at the interview, eventually, I did my biometrics already, but at the interview have wiggle room to decide if that was too much time outside of the United States? 2 years out
No.
of 5?
They don't have wiggle room. So as long as your total number of, it's just pure math. Like and it cuts both ways. Like I once had this Italian grandma who broke her leg in Italy, and because of that, she had. This was when I was a new lawyer. I didn't really know to count the days like I do now. It's really just math. So she had like 2 years and 7 months instead of 2 years and 5 months. So she got denied, and then we just refiled. But that's the deal. So if your total time is 2 years out of 5, then you're fine.
Okay. And the is it my understanding correct that the timer stopped counting, I guess, by for physical presence? No, sorry, for continuous residency in the US by the time I filed for the N400, or does it keep on going?
No, it's a 5-year look back. So
Okay.
if you apply on July 1st, 2022, then it looks back 5 years. Now, I will say that if you're close, one thing I don't like people to do is then to apply and then go overseas for a long time. So don't do that, because that just sort of highlights the issue. I don't believe, and I don't think they're supposed to count the time that you're out of the country after you file the N400. But I've seen dumb officers think that they can.
Got it.
Does that make sense? And that just causes trouble.
Yes.
So if you can avoid it, avoid it.
Thank you so much. The last quick question: do you have any updates on like Chicago field office processing times right now for N400s? Just so like set my mind to.
So we filed one just recently. It's going slowly. I'm thinking 18 months.
Okay.
Maybe less.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing, just
that effect, if I was never married, I don't have any kids, so I think my case is pretty clean cut, but I don't know if that would speed up things.
It will. I mean, and we've had cases. I had a naturalization interview 6 weeks after we filed the other day. So I just filed another very clean case up in DC, and I think I'm going to get a quick interview on that one. So it might be faster, but I love that Chicago office. They're great. So you're in good shape.
Got it. Thank you so much for your time.
I was just going to say one thing, Toby. I don't know about your days in and days out, but remember, you want to be in the United States for those 90 days before you apply for the N400, just again to keep them from causing mischief.
Okay. Is that even I always resided in Chicago, but I was not. I traveled abroad like within those 90 days before I filed in December. Is that a problem?
Like
my understanding was that
like for a week or something.
Yeah, I think so.
You're fine.
So
no, I just mean like don't be residing. Don't give them the argument that you're residing outside of Chicago, outside of the Northern District of Illinois. Don't.
Okay, no. I was abroad in Europe, so
perfect.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah,
again.
let us know how it goes. See you, buddy.
Will do. Thank you.
Bye. You're muted, Daniel.
All right, thank you, Jim. We're going to bring up someone special. We got a teammate with headphones, some nice pink headphones we always comment on, and Nix has something similar.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning, Jim and Daniel.
Hi there.
Well, actually, I'm calling in behalf of my friend. Well, here's the case. She's asking because she's already on a K1 process. and she's waiting for about 8 months already for the NOAA too. Now, her fiance is thinking of maybe she can apply for a K1 or for a tourist visa while we're waiting for their K1 visa. Will that be possible?
Anything's possible. I think the chances of what country is she from?
From the Philippines.
Yeah, the chances of her getting a visit visa if she's young and of a marrying age and engaged to a U.S. citizen, the chances of her coming to the United States on a visit visa are about 1 out of 100. It's not going to
Oh,
happen.
oh, okay. So it's not like, well, actually, there's one more thing, because, well, here's the thing. She had a B1 B2 visa before, but she stayed in the U.S. for 5.5 months, and then after she came back home, a few months after, she received an email saying that her visa got revoked. So, what could be the? Because, well, actually, she mentioned to me that she was with a visa consultancy before. That is the reason why she was able to enter the US, because she saw an ad, and they're offering that the visa consultancy is offering paid caregiving training to US. So w- it's a little confusing to her, but then she paid for it, for the visa, for the assistance. But then it became a little suspicious o- over time, because they were asking her to declare that she was a businesswoman instead of her real profession. But then, even though she got suspicious, since she really wanted to, to go there and uh, the training, she was a caregiver, but at the same time, she is also a teacher, a public school teacher. So, since she find it suspicious, but then she already paid the fee, so she just pushed it through. So
That was
now
dumb.
she's. Hmm?
That was dumb.
I know, but the money that she already paid the assistance, the visa
Okay, so
consultancy fee.
let me see if I got this straight.
Mhm.
If you don't want to tell me her first name, that's fine. Just tell me a random first name for a lady. Tell me a random first name.
Linda.
Linda. All right. So this is what you're telling me. Linda is in the Philippines. She's hanging out. She's like, man, I'd really like to come to the United States. And so she finds one of these scumbag shitbird visa consultancies, and they say, oh, Linda, we can get you a visit visa to the United States. You just need to act like you're a businesswoman, and you need to act like you can be a nanny in the United States. So she pays them and she files it and she gets the visa, right?
Yes.
And then she comes to the United States, and while she's in the United States, they revoke that visa, right?
No, no, no. She was able to stay there for 5.5 months. She was able
Yeah.
to, uh, like, work, but it's like under the table. She just finally figured that out when she was already there.
Okay.
Like
So,
she
and is this the
Mhm.
same? Is this the same person as the person that you were talking about with the K1?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So that lady should stop spending time on trying to figure out how to visit the United States, and she should start working on her waiver case, because she's going to have a misrepresentation and fraud finding, because they if they've already revoked her visa, then they already know that she's not a business owner, that she lied to get the visit visa, and that she's going to have to go through the whole fiance process, and then at the end she's going to have to apply for a waiver. This person needs a whole lot of help. If it were up to me, I would have you schedule a meeting with us and her fiance, because they probably need to get married so that she can do a waiver. Getting a waiver on a fiance case for fraud is very, very difficult. So that everything they're doing is wrong. Everything they've done so far is wrong, and they need a whole lot of help.
Okay. So you're saying that the K1 visa application might probably you know it will not probably work.
I mean, they might not let her, and they might
It
not
will not.
ever let her come. She lied
Oh,
to him. She lied to him.
okay, okay, I got it.
And just so you know, Linda, you're the reason why all these other people are waiting in line, not because she did that, right? She's the one that makes my job harder. She's the one that makes all these people who are waiting and crying because their husband or their fiance or their spouse can't be here. It's because of people like Linda. It's because of people like those visa consultancies. If somebody's telling you something that sounds good and you realize that it's too good to be true, but you've already paid the money, stop. Still stop. And I know you know this. It's not your fault. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you at all. And I'm not even mad at Linda. I understand how things happen, and I understand that people are desperate, but she's got a big problem on her case.
Yes, okay, I understand. Well, thank you so much, Jim, and also Daniel for entertaining me. You have a good one. But how can I tell her to have a schedule with you if ever?
Yeah, so I'll put the contact information on the screen again, and
All
there's a little there's a pigeon that's following me around, Dan. Can you see him?
Jim, be nice to the pigeons, okay?
I think he thinks I've got seed or something for him. All right.
All right.
Yeah, so I'll put the number up on the screen and then
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Okay.
much, and you have.
You too.
Sorry. Yeah.
She was pretty
All right.
pink.
Yes, that was funny. All right, Jim. How are you feeling?
I'm good, man. I can go all the way up to 1 o'clock. I got nothing.
Okay.
I have a consult call. I think you scheduled it for me at 1, so I'm good.
Oh yeah, perfect.
I'm good
I
till
was
then.
thinking you're kind of doing this marathon run with the show every day. It's gotta.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah. All right, awesome. Well, we're gonna go to Amanda next. Hello, Amanda. How are you? Oh, you're muted. Nope, not yet.
You got to hit the mute button down below.
Did I mute it? Or...
No, I think she did.
There we go.
There we go. Yay.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Sure.
Nope, not yet. You got to hit the mute button down below.
Did I mute it?
Yeah, you might want to just turn that down.
I think we're okay. Okay. So my fiance is a permanent resident, and he applied for a naturalization in October of 2020, as the world ended. So we got the notification that his biometrics were fine, that they had those because he had an incident back in, 2014, 2012, where he was arrested. It was for like a violation of a restraining order. This girl didn't want him to call her, and he did. So that was taken care of. It was let go. So they had his biometrics on file. So they said we didn't have to go do that. We haven't heard anything since then. And his green card is due to expire this June. So I'm wondering if we have to pay the $540 to renew the green card when he has this outstanding application for naturalization. And I can't get anybody on the phone, obviously.
I got you.
So I'm not sure what our best course of action is. His parents also applied at the same time as him, and they just got an update to their case online that said like within 60 days or something, but we haven't gotten anything.
What city will his interview be in?
Hartford, Connecticut.
Shouldn't be too busy in Hartford. Unless he needs to travel outside the United States sometime in the next 6 months, he can go through the entire naturalization process with an expired green card. So you don't need to spend that money unless you're concerned that he's going to, or unless he needs to extend his driver's license. He will lose proof of status, even though he's still in status, when the green card expires. So if he needs that proof for work or for driver's license, or if he needs to travel outside the United States, then he's got to cough up the dough.
Okay. I don't think his license is due, but we were thinking about going to London like within the year. And so I just don't trust that they'll have it done by then. And I'm a little bit worried of the interview itself because of that one past infraction. He also didn't sign up for not the Secret Service. What is it called? Yeah. Because he didn't know about it, nor did his parents. I mean, he's been here for over 25 years. They didn't know.
How old was he when he got his green card?
27 or 28. Let's see if it expires this year. He was 28.
Okay, so I've been giving out bad advice lately about this. Generally, what I've been telling people is that until you have your green card, you don't have to register for Selective Service, and if you become a green card holder after 26, then you never have to have done it. But somebody told me I'm wrong. I'm not 100% sure that I'm wrong, but if you come back on the show sometime next week, I'll find out between now and then. But either way, if he was supposed to, you just need to do an affidavit explaining what that, you know, I love America. If I'd known it, I would have enlisted with Selective Service. It was just a mistake. And as far as so you're saying the violation of the restraining order, was that dismissed, or did he like get a punishment?
He got some probation for it, so it wasn't completely dismissed.
And was he done with probation more than 5 years before the day he applied for citizenship?
Oh yeah, much longer.
Yeah. So I mean, for citizenship, it's supposed to be a 5-year look back. So did you go and get all those records from that incident?
We did.
And between you, me, and the world, are you worried about the stuff that it's in there or not?
No, I'm not. I mean, I'm not. I just don't know what.
Well, I mean, is it anything scary or inflammatory, or is it just sort of he called someone who wasn't supposed to?
Yeah, it was just like the ex-girlfriend didn't want to hear from him anymore. He texted her and like went to her house. She yelled at him from inside, and then that was it.
Okay, but it's not like threats or anything scary.
No.
Yeah, so that should be okay. I mean, you might want to have a lawyer go with you, but it should be okay.
Okay.
But yeah,
All right.
so as far as travel, I would wait until you get this part done.
Yeah, I just don't trust him, so he'll probably cough up the money, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Is there any way that you know of to get like a human person or anybody to give us any kind of update
About the status of the case?
Yeah.
I mean, you can call them and ask them, but so what, the online portal, what does it say? Your case is being actively reviewed?
Yep.
Yeah. It's been
It has said that for
reviewed
almost
for
2
18
years.
months. Yeah. I don't think they'll you know what you're going to do is you're going to wait on the phone for 2 hours for them to look that up and tell you the same thing.
That's what I figured. We tried once, forgetting last Monday was a holiday, and we were like, oh, that was stupid. So.
We got through. Oh, wait a minute, they're closed.
That's exactly what happened.
All right, well, good luck, Amanda. Let us know if you need anything.
Thank you so much, you guys.
See ya.
Thanks, Amanda.
Bye.
All right. Imran is next. Hello, Imran. Thanks for your patience.
Hello, Jim. Hello, Daniel.
Hi, Imran.
Yeah. So I
How
have
can we
a
help you?
question. Like, I'm a permanent resident. I got GC in September 2020, and through employment based. So, I got married in November 2020, and I filed for I-130 for my wife in December 2020, and it's pending. Sorry.
I said great.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's pending since then, and we got a baby this month, and I don't know like what is the options I have. What are the options like I have? Or do I need to wait for the approval for my wife I-130, or do I need to file a separate I-130, or can I include in the existing I-130?
No,
So I
don't-
don't know the options I have. So
Daniel,
I
that's
just
Daniel, that's another video for me. If the case is slow, don't file another application. All right. So what's the question? So the I-130 is still pending with USCIS, is what you're telling me.
yes,
And
I
it's a-
filed in December 2020, and it's pending since then. There's no update.
So 13 months. And Pakistan? Is it Pakistan?
Yes.
Yeah.
How did you figure it out?
Well, I'm Muslim. I became Muslim 25 years ago. Most of my clients are from the Middle East or from Pakistan. So
Yeah.
I've had a lot of clients named Imran. I would say that I would give them another month or two, and if you don't have a decision from USCIS, then you sue them, because you still have to do the whole National Visa Center part. That's a whole other part. You're still in stage 1. So I
Right.
would say give them another month or two, and then if nothing happens, sue them.
Okay. Yeah, that was my first question. The second question for the baby part, right? Do I need to file a separate I-130, or like can I include in the existing I-130 for my wife's? Like,
So this is one of the craziest things of all time with U.S. immigration law. I'll never understand it, but the answer to your question is no. You don't have to file a separate I-130. If you were a U.S. citizen, you'd have to file a separate I-130. If you are a green card holder, the child can be included on the spouse's application. You just have to add them to the application. It's very, very strange. I don't know why that is. It sort of like punishes the citizens.
Okay. So can I give you a call like to understand the process, how to file,
Sure.
like how to add that?
Yeah, just call Daniel, and we can help you with both those things. We can help you with underlying I-130 if you want. We can help with a lawsuit, whatever you need.
Okay. And just for your information, like I filed lawsuit. I had appointment with you like last year for my
Yeah.
card, and it was like pending for 2 years. And I talked to my employer, and they said, okay, we can go ahead. And they like sued the USCIS, and I got like green card the same month they filed the application.
With us?
No, after taking like after getting like appointment with you, I talked to my employer. They said
Yeah.
if you go with outside of our company, then you have to like provide all the information, so we can do it for you. So they did it for me. Yeah.
Lawsuits work. Lawsuits work, everybody.
Yeah,
Listen to me.
definitely. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right,
I
thanks,
was
buddy.
impressed by your videos, like on the YouTube videos I was watching, and then I reach out to you. So thank you for that.
You got it, my friend. Have a great day.
Yeah, you
Thanks,
too. Thanks.
Imran.
Bye. Yeah, bye.
All right, probably
All
got
right,
time for
Jim.
one or two more, Daniel. I'm getting.
Yep, absolutely.
My allergies or the sun. Something's giving me a headache.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully we got a good question here. Venu, welcome to the show.
Hi, Venu. You're muted.
Hi, thank you, Jim. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you for having me.
Sure thing.
Yeah, this is my first time that I'm coming across with you.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you. So my question is that I'm on a pending Asylee case, and I got married to a US citizen, and I have my interview on. I have applied for readjustment of status, and I have my interview on February 3rd. So my question is that what kind of questions I'll be coming across? More of a marriage-based questions, or more of a asylum-based questions, or will I be
Both.
having any asylum-based questions also?
Both. Yeah. So you're gonna have to prove up the marriage like any other marriage case. You're also gonna have to prove that. So in asylum, there's a standard called frivolousness. Frivolous means, was it like total BS? Like they want to make sure that your asylum case was at least in good faith. If they think you just made something up, like let's just say you said, I'm from India and I have brown skin, and they're killing everybody from India who has brown skin. Like that's not believable. So if your asylum application was really, really weak, or what we often see is that people from the same country use the same lawyer and they all file the same asylum case. So we've seen that too. So if there are problems with your asylum case, you need to make sure to tell your attorney about that, even if they're handling the marriage case. They're not going to go deep into the asylum case. They probably won't have the application. They can pause the interview and ask for the asylum case, which I've seen. And I've seen strange things happen. Like I once had a case where a fellow applied for asylum and said that he was homosexual, and that in his home country he'd be tortured and persecuted because he was a homosexual. And then later on, his asylum case was pending forever, like yours, and he married a woman and applied for a green card based on marriage to a woman. So the officer just asked a little bit about it and it got approved. But you always want to make sure generally that everything that you've ever told USCIS is consistent. So, like let's just say another dumb thing. Like let's say you applied for asylum from Sri Lanka and you're from Sri Lanka and you get advanced parole based on marriage. Well, then if your asylum case is still pending and you go back to Sri Lanka, that's also sort of inconsistent with your thing. So you want to pay attention to your whole immigration history. It's a really good question.
Right.
So yeah, you could spend as much time on the asylum case as on the green card and the marriage, or you could have two questions about the asylum case, which is usually what happens. Usually it's just one or two sort of softball questions. They want to make sure you're not full of shit. If they think you're full of shit, then they just go and request the file. Then they bring you in and they grill you on it.
Right. I got it. So depending upon the questions or answers that we give, they, in case if they feel like, they dig more into it.
And one other thing, they might encourage you, they might berate you, they might scare you and tell you, oh, you can't have two applications on file at the same time. The only way I'm going to be able to review and issue a decision on this green card is if you sign this form right here saying you want to withdraw your asylum case. Don't do that.
Okay.
And I just want to make sure your asylum case is still pending at the asylum office. You're not in immigration court, right?
No.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
I have
Okay.
not got any interview letter from the asylum application. I just have filed for the readjustment of status after the marriage, and I got
Good.
an interview letter for the marriage. I mean,
Good. Which field office will have your interview?
In Columbus,
Columbus,
Ohio.
Ohio?
Yep.
Good luck, Venue.
Yep. All right.
See you, buddy.
Yep. All right.
Thank you,
so much.
Venu.
Let us know how it goes.
Yep. Sure. I'll do that.
All right. See ya.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
You got it. Daniel, I think we have time for one more. I'm going to ask everyone who's watching, if you don't mind, if you could leave us a review, just go to reviewhackinglaw.com. Takes 2 minutes. If you leave us a 5-star review and leave us a little comment, it'd be greatly appreciated. We're always happy to get 1 or 2 reviews, and everybody in the office sort of gets jazzed up about it. Of course, they'll get really jazzed up when they see William's video from today. We're going to have to post that one out on social, I think, Daniel.
Yep. All right. Last one of the day. Omar, how are you doing? Welcome.
Hi.
Omar's coming. Hi, Omar.
Thank you for having me. We had problems last time, so my video cut. I have 2 quick questions. I am married to a U.S. citizen, and also I came here in a F1 visa. I'm a student visa, and so we filed 10 months ago, and finally we got a schedule or biometrics appointment. In the middle of all this, though, we moved from Mississippi to Maryland, and so since August we live here in Maryland. We filed when we were in Mississippi, and our appointment is in New Orleans. We've been told that we can show up here in Maryland for my biometrics appointment, and they should respect it. But I'm kind of a little worried because how long it's taken and how long we've been waiting. We filed for a change of address, and I think it was October. So they have that change of address, but I don't know why they schedule us in New Orleans. So I'm kind of like, we're still trying to decide if I should just fly to New Orleans and take my biometrics there, or if, like, we can do it here in Maryland.
Okay, so I want to back up. So you came to the United States on an F1 visa, right?
Yeah, in 2017.
And you married a U.S. citizen?
Yeah, in 2020. Mm-hmm.
And you filed an I-130 and an I-45 based on that marriage?
Yes, we filed in April 2021.
And when you filed it, you were living where?
In Mississippi, Harrisburg, Mississippi.
Okay, and then you haven't had your biometrics yet?
No, this appointment is for that.
Hold on. There's a loud truck coming by. Okay, so no fingerprints yet, and you filed in April. Well, then when did you move to Maryland?
In the summer, 2021. So that was August 2000.
And how soon after you moved did you update your address with immigration?
Like 1 month, right? Yeah, 1 month. It was right when we moved.
So since, say, September of 2021, they've had your right address.
Yeah.
And then recently, in January or December, they sent you a biometrics notice for New Orleans.
Just yesterday, yeah.
Yesterday. Okay. As if they didn't know that you had moved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what I would do is I would show up at the Maryland service, the Maryland field office, the appointment service center, bring your biometrics notice, bring your receipt notice, and bring your proof that you updated your address with that AR11. Bring those 3 things and say, hey, look, suckers, I updated my address. You sent me the address to the wrong. I mean, generally, certainly not when it's not COVID times. I've had clients who live in St. Louis, but they're like in an orchestra and they were in Texas and they wanted to get their biometrics done quick. They got a notice to come back to St. Louis. I said, just go do it in Texas. Everyone says no problem. So usually, as long as you're not too busy and as long as you have a good reason, they'll take you. So before you spend money on flying to New Orleans, just tomorrow go down there with all that stuff I just mentioned and you should be fine.
Okay, good. Thank you. And I want another quick question. I am working here in the DC area, and my employer, I'm a musician, and we have a tour offer in June. We apply also for a travel card and a work card, which we haven't got yet.
Because you haven't had your fingerprints.
Yeah. So I was just wondering, my employer is telling me that I need to confirm them if I will go to this. It's a tour in Spain and Portugal. and I know that I shouldn't leave the country. So I was just wondering, because this is like a work-related thing, if there's a way to expedite the process of my travel card so I could go to this tour in June. Because
so, and how long will you be gone in June?
It's I think it's 10 days, something like that.
So June, so that's the 6th month. We're in the 1st month. I would say a couple things. Number one is, I mean, it's better from an immigration standpoint if you just stay here till you get your green card. If I got to pick from a purely immigration standpoint, just stay here till you get your green card or your advanced parole. Can we guarantee you're going to have either of those things before your interview? No. Is there a chance that your interview might get scheduled while you're gone? Yes. But above and beyond all that, generally I've seen that when someone's biometrics take a really long time and they finally get scheduled, it seems like in a lot of cases, then the work and travel card come pretty quick. So I would try to tell the band guy, I'm not sure yet. How late can I tell you? And then I would wait to see. I'm going to hopefully get my biometrics done tomorrow, and maybe mention all this to them and say, look, I've really been waiting for a while, and I got this gig. And what can you tell me? Can you look up anything? What do you think? And then just see what happens.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's definitely possible once I get my travel card to leave the country for a week. It's not a problem.
What it's for. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Omar. You got it. Have
Thanks,
a great
Omar.
day.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Daniel, we did a full hour today, brother.
All right, Jim. Good work.
All right, I'll see you next week.
All right, have fun out there.
All right, we'll be on tomorrow late. We're doing 7 p.m. Central Time tomorrow. 7 p.m.
Central tomorrow.
All right, later.
Bye, everyone.